All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good day, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
I'm nervous.
You are excited?
Yes.
All right.
I wanted to thank you, previous transmission where you talked about the blue light technique.
Yes.
And,
It's just another permission slip.
and this has been beneficial to me,
All
I'd
right.
say. In it, you said you'd need to eat less and you'd need to sleep less. And I've experienced this in that I only need to eat once a day and I don't need that much sleep.
All right.
And I also think it's because I follow my passion most of the day where I'm creating art and becoming the artist that I've been in denial of.
Hold on a moment. Did you say most of the day?
Most of the day.
Not all of the day?
Not all the. Oh, I'm speaking in terms of when I create art.
Well, but aren't there other things you do that are also representative of your passion? In other words, when you are finding yourself to be tired, isn't it then your passion to relax and go to sleep?
Yes.
So that's still following your passion. Remember, acting on your excitement, as we say, doesn't mean you're jumping up and down with your hair on fire. It can be a state of balanced peace and relaxation too. That's another expression of following your passion if that's what's relevant for that moment for you.
Okay.
So does that change the definition now to all of the day?
Sure.
Oh, that was convincing.
Okay. I'll
Yeah,
make that,
sure,
I'll
whatever.
make that real. I'll make it real.
All right.
My question had to do with taking the next step in my creativity and turning it into a business. And I realized that I have my own beliefs that prevent me from doing this. Is there some...
Hence, you were actually accurate when you said most of the day. Since obviously what you're saying is, this is out of alignment with your passion in terms of the way in which you're going about this. Otherwise, you would have no trepidation. You would have no fear about it. Mm-hmm. Do you understand that when we talk about the idea of acting on your excitement, we also mean that all the components need to be aligned? What it is that excites you, where it is it excites you, when it excites you, with whom it excites you. In other words, there is a way, if there is something for you that you need to learn to do your excitement, there will always automatically be a way in which you can learn it in a way that's exciting for you. Or have it happen in a way that's exciting for you. Even sometimes the idea of synchronistically attracting someone else to help you do something that's not exciting for you to do can actually be an expression of your excitement. But if there are things you believe are important for you to know in operating your business, then the first thing you can understand and assume is that if it's part of your excitement, there will be a way in which you can learn these things and do these things that is exciting. And you don't have to dampen your excitement by assuming or creating a definition that says that they have to be an effort to you that is out of alignment with your excitement. There's got to be a way to learn the things you really truly need to learn that are in alignment with your excitement. There has to be, by definition, because excitement leaves nothing relevant out. It's a complete kit. So if there is something that you truly need to learn, there has to be a way to use your excitement to learn it. You just have to use your imagination. Think outside the box, as you humans say.
Is there something similar to the blue light technique that I can use to make that?
Since you asked that question, I'm assuming there must be for you. Or you wouldn't have thought to ask the question. What is it about your imagination that you don't trust? That's a good question, isn't it?
Yes.
What is it about your imagination that you don't trust?
I don't know if it's about my imagination. It's more of my belief that holds me back, a belief.
I understand that, but what we're hinting at here is that you have an imagination that can create a methodology for you that's in alignment with your excitement to learn what you need to learn. So your beliefs are dampening your imagination. Mm-hmm. You understand?
Yes.
So if you let go of the belief that you don't have the wherewithal to have the imagination to figure out what will work for you, yes?
Yes.
But if you let go of that belief, your imagination will work for you. You will know what will work. You'll be attracted to what will work for you. That's why you'll be attracted to it. So if some permission slip is something you already know, or you wish to change it a little bit, or you wish to attract a completely new permission slip, it'll be there for you. And whatever it is you find attractive, you're attracted to because it's telling you this is what will work for you in alignment with your beliefs right now. You may change, and the permission slip may change, but whatever you're attracted to and whatever you attract through synchronicity is what will work for you at that moment. Do you trust that?
Not yet.
Why not?
I'm not sure.
What makes it seem more beneficial to trust the alternative than to trust that? Because remember, that's why you do anything. Because it appears beneficial in your belief system as opposed to the alternative. If you know the alternative would actually be more to your benefit, but you're not doing it, that is your first clue to tell you have a belief that's attached to the thing you don't prefer that actually makes it seem to be the thing that is more beneficial as opposed to the thing you know would be more beneficial, but your beliefs are making it seem less beneficial than what you're choosing to do. Because you always move in the direction of what you believe to be beneficial, and you always move away from what you believe is not beneficial. So if you're moving in the direction of things you know are not beneficial, that can only mean you have a belief that's making them look more beneficial than what you know actually would be beneficial. So you have to ask yourself, well, that might mean that I'm afraid that if I actually move in the direction of my excitement, I believe something terrible might happen. You're creating a contradictory definition about what might happen if you follow your joy. What might that be? What are you afraid will happen if you actually just give over to your passion?
Again, I'm not sure.
Oh, yes, you are. You can't get away with that. What are you afraid might happen if you don't hold back on your passion?
Monetary success will happen.
I said, what are you afraid might happen? Are you afraid of monetary success?
I think I have a fear of success.
Why? What do you think will happen if you succeed? And first of all, what does success mean to you? Define success for yourself.
It has to do with money and what I feel about money.
And what do you feel about money?
And how a belief that rich people are greedy and corrupt.
Are they all?
No.
Well, then why can't you be one of the ones that isn't? Why are you assuming you have to be the kind that you don't prefer to be just because you attract abundance? And of course, there are different forms of abundance. It doesn't always have to come in the form of money. Remember that our definition is simply the ability to do what you need to do when you need to do it. Money on your planet can be one expression of abundance, but so can somebody simply giving you something as a gift. So can synchronicity. So why not just be open to all the forms of abundance and assume that whatever form really serves you best will be the form that's there. And if there's only so much of one form, then that means that the rest of what you need will come in another form of abundance. And therefore, you don't have to worry about the form it comes in. It'll balance itself out in whatever way it needs to represent the forms of abundance you need to be who it is you prefer to be. And that there is simply no consideration that it has to, in any way, shape, or form, turn you into the kind of person you don't prefer to be. These are the kinds of definitions you need to clean out of your attic. They don't make any sense. Because the moment you can look in your world and answer the question the way you did when I asked you, well, are all wealthy people greedy, terrible people? You said no. The moment you can find an example of the opposite of what you're afraid might happen, you know that can be just as true for you. So then the question would be, well, then why are you assuming that it would be otherwise? What do you believe about yourself that makes you think that you would automatically be the kind of a person who would become a greedy, bad person? Why do you believe that about yourself? Why do you believe that's so automatic and inevitable? Well?
Again, it's something I haven't looked at.
Well, then you can begin to look at it, can't you?
Yes.
We're going to say something here that sort of covers this territory. Apply it however it makes sense to you, all of you. But pay attention to this concept. Many people on your planet are afraid to move forward because they feel guilty about something within themselves. You follow me? And that guilt holds them back. And in a lot of cases, they feel that they need to be guilty to keep themselves in check. It's what you're saying. If I don't feel guilt, I might run amok. You follow me?
Yes.
But in fact, just the opposite is true. The fact that you are actually even capable of feeling guilt means you automatically know who you prefer to be and would never actually intentionally do anything harmful. Because if you actually believed that you were not a good person, you would never feel the guilt. Do you understand the paradox here?
Yes.
The fact that someone feels guilt means they have nothing to feel guilty about. That's the paradox. Someone who is, in your terms, sociopathic never feels guilt. So the fact that you might at first feel the guilt is your signal that you will always pay attention to what you're doing. You will always have a positive intention about your actions. And therefore, you don't need to feel guilty. You can simply rely on the idea that you have an intention to be a good person. That's enough. You don't need the guilt to prompt you into being a good person, because the fact that you had the guilt means you're a good person, or you would never have felt guilty in the first place. So having guilt once is enough to tell you that you don't need to feel guilt anymore about being who you truly are. Is this making sense to all of you?
Yes.
All right. So take that to heart. Get on with your life in the way that you prefer. And if you find yourself dealing with that hesitation again, just go back into the understanding that you know you have a positive intention. You're doing the best you can. You will always check in with yourself, because that's simply what you do. And you will keep moving forward and keep course correcting and keep balancing yourself, because that's what you intend to do. Yes?
Thank you, Bashar.
Does this help you?
Yes, it does.
All right, thank you.
It's a great honor to be here.